We are so pleased today to have with us Thando Grace. She is well known already in the wellness circles. So just a brief introduction. She's a yoga and meditation teacher. She's a founder of HereNow.ZA and wellness coach, public speaker. You do breathwork and meditation. And obviously you're very well known for yoga as well.
Yes.
Welcome today.
Thank you so
I'm going
much
to
for
hand
having
over
me.
to you.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm going to hand over to you if there's anything I missed out in the introduction.
You know what? I think you got it down. I think that, yeah, you definitely did your homework. I've been teaching yoga for the past 7 years now, practicing for 10 years. So, yeah, it's been quite a journey.
Amazing. That is a long time.
Yeah.
So tell us how you got into women's health and wellness and why it's important to you.
Okay, I'll tell you my story, which is I started meditating and doing yoga. Well, yoga, it was 10 years ago. Meditation, it was literally when I was around 9 years old from my mom. She guided us through meditations. And I think later on in life, when I was battling with a few things, I then naturally went
Yes.
back to what I've been taught. And from what I've seen it do in my life, I had to share it. And I do think that, women are the pillars of society, are natural space holders, natural nurturers. And I think it's very important for women to have practices that refill their cup.
Yes.
So that's why I do what I do.
Amazing. Okay, so obviously all of this led you to become sort of an expert in this field. And what are would you say your top 3 tips for maintaining peak physical and mental health and wellness?
Okay, my 3 top tips. I think movement, finding something that works for you. So I say movement because I know it's not everyone that wants to do yoga or wants to go to the gym, but find a way
Yes.
to move your bodies, find a way that makes you feel good, that works for your body as well. Second one is food. Food. Eat food that nourishes you, that gives you strength and, that energizes you. Yeah, supplements. If your food isn't meeting you getting you to where it needs to get you, I think investing in some supplements is always, I promise you, what it's done for me, life changing. I had like an iron deficiency issue and I never
Yes.
knew what was wrong, but I just didn't feel my best. And now that I'm taking the right supplements, herbal supplements as well, my life has changed, honestly. Like I
That's
see life in
incredible.
color. I promise you. And then the last one, I think, um, the thing about wellness is that it's not only a physical thing, but I think also just taking care of yourself spiritually. So finding a way to, whether it's prayer, meditation, but, take care
Yeah.
of yourself spiritually as well.
Absolutely. It's a holistic
Yeah.
approach to this. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so walk us through a daily wellness ritual that you can't live without.
There are so many, mainly breathwork, but also I think waking up before everyone wakes up in the house and just spending some time outside. I promise you, it just changes my day. It helps me just start my day on such a positive note. And also just that morning fresh air. There's nothing that wakes you up like that. So yeah, I usually do my morning devotion outside, which is my breath work, my prayers. And yeah, but I think definitely it really just it makes the world's difference.
That actually ties in with a lot of research that says that a woman's hormonal health, especially, and her mental health is regulated by morning sunlight. So it
Yeah.
makes sense that the two are connected and makes you feel so good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. That
absolutely.
sun that hits right before 10. So like the morning through till like 10 a.m. So important, so healing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So give us your weekly exercise breakdown. And in your opinion, why is it important to strategize your exercise?
Oh, I love this question. Okay, so my weekly workout situation is so I've started, okay, not started, I've gone back to strength training. I had let go of it for like a year or so. But now I'm back with the weights and I'm feeling really good, really strong, which I think is very important for women here. Strength is very,
Yes.
very important, especially as we age. And then I do obviously yoga. I also do it while I'm teaching. So I really don't even know how many times a week I do yoga, but I've got yoga in my weekly schedule and also Pilates twice a week. But this is all determined by where I am in my cycle. So I change my workout, regime, I guess, according to where I am in my cycle. So I think specifically for women, it really is so important to strategize your workouts according to where you are in your cycle.
Absolutely. I find that it also helps me stay disciplined to it because it's
Yes,
set up. I know what I'm doing today. This is organized. It's either booked or set up. So it's easier to fulfill instead of going, oh,
absolutely.
what should I do today? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So, how do you find and maintain a sense of balance? And does your breathwork skills help as a tool in this?
Yeah, I think, we live such fast-paced lives. I think it is important to find something that just grounds you and brings you back home to self. And for me, it is breath work, like just having that tool to help you regulate your mental and emotional bodies. Breath work is incredible. I really, really can't recommend it enough. Like I said in the beginning, how I know yoga isn't for everyone, but breath work is for everyone. Breathwork really,
Yes,
really is for everyone. If you're breathing, that's a form of breathwork. That big breath in you take in when you're nervous, it's breathwork. So I think it definitely has helped me remain grounded and balanced.
absolutely. Okay, perfect. So, now I want to chat about women creating spaces, which obviously you do, that are supportive, inspirational, and empowering, and most importantly, safe. Chat to me about how you've created that within your own community.
Yeah, this is so, so important. I truly believe that when women gather, there is healing that happens in the space. It's so important for women to have spaces that don't have their children or their partners, but it's just them being with other women and being nurtured and carried by other women. I think as
Yeah,
women, sometimes you can feel so alone. And once we come together and share our stories, you'll find that we're more alike than we'd like to admit. You know,
exactly.
so find your community, find a safe space. It's so, so important. And I have, spent a lot of years trying to create such communities. I guess not only for women, to be fair, I think I generally love creating spaces where people can come together, whether it's through wellness, through art. But I love creating spaces where people can come together and just chat to like-minded people and hear other people's experiences. It really does make you feel so
Share.
supported. And it also kind of, sometimes the world can feel so, so big. And I think once you find a community, it just brings the world in a little bit. It helps you create your own inner world, which I think is so important. And I've also been raised by women who are leaders in their communities. My mom is incredible. She's created a lot of spaces for women to come together. So, a lot of what I know about the importance of women coming together is from what I've seen growing up. My mom
That's
has been a
amazing.
safe haven. Yeah, she's been a safe haven for so many women. And for her, it is specifically women. So I've been raised in that community, supported till this day by so many women. And yeah, I know how important it is through what it's done for me. It just gives you this confidence to go out into the world knowing that you're not alone. Yeah, you're not alone. You're held, you're carried, and there's someone out there within your community that's rooting for you, that's praying for you. I think it's so important.
Your mom must be so proud that you've carried
Oh,
on her work. It's very
yeah,
special.
yeah, yeah. And actually,
Okay,
just to
perfect.
add on, sorry, just to add
Yes.
on,
No, no,
now
no,
that I
it's
think
fine.
about it, it's not from my mom. It's not just from my mom, even my grandmother and my great
So
grandmother.
there's a legacy.
There's a legacy here, where in their community, they have been a lighthouse for women. they're my grandmother, my great grandmother. They are in their communities were known as the community's healers, right? So whether you have womb issues, any like women stuff, go to them and it's sorted. They were known as, these safe havens for women. So, it really is a legacy. But I think the
It
one that
makes
I've
sense.
witnessed, yeah, the one that I've witnessed the most, obviously, is my mom, because I'm here during her most active years, which is incredible. It's been incredible.
That's incredibly special. It really is.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, let's chat about yoga and the effect it has on mental and hormonal health. What is your
Yeah.
opinion on the link between them?
You know what? I'm not a doctor, so I can only speak from my experience. I know that,
Yes,
like I mentioned, I had an issue with my iron, and obviously that just like it throws you off, even hormonally. Like there's just so much going on in your body, and I I don't want to say suffered, but lack of a better word, I kind of suffered with very
you were
very intense.
challenged.
I was challenged. There we go. Yes.
Yes.
Very, very hectic PMS. So, like the week before my period, oh my gosh, don't talk to me. Like, you see me coming towards you, just turn the other way. And I found that before I found the right supplements, the right herbs that, help support my hormones, yoga really, really came through for me, just to help regulate my mental state, regulate my emotional state, and also just to ground me. Like, I do feel when you have like an imbalance in your hormones, it just, your whole machine is exploding. I think it is very
Exactly.
important to find something that grounds you, that helps you de stress. And yeah, I think it really came in handy for me. Those moments in the day on the mat, even if it's just 15, 20 minutes, it makes such a big difference. Just finding that balance, finding your center.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't imagine how difficult that must be because as you say, you're completely dysregulated by this one thing and if you don't know enough about that thing, you're still finding out it's a horrible place to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So I want to talk to you about meditation because we haven't touched on that yet. How does one start and what are the many, many benefits?
So with meditation, I always say that when someone is guiding you through a meditation, all they can do is help you get to a certain point, and the rest of it is up to you. You just letting go, right? So a lot of people put so much pressure on themselves to silence the mind. I'm meditating. I need to silence the mind. And now you've spent like 20 minutes just going to yourself and like just talking about how you can't thinking about how you can't silence the mind. But really, I think the best way to get started, start with the guided meditation. I think that helps. But, that part of letting go, it's almost like falling asleep, right? So I can come and tuck you in, but falling asleep is completely up to you and how relaxed you feel and how much you allow yourself to just let go and trust this process. Yeah, so many benefits to meditation, and I think I've touched on a few of them. Just being able to regulate yourself, and for me, I think it's helped me journey back home. Anytime I meditate, I feel like I'm coming back to myself. And I think it makes life's issues seem so much more, I don't know, it's just easier to navigate through whatever you're going through when you're in a more regulated mental state, once you've been able to gather your thoughts, even if it's not really silencing the mind, but it's really a great tool to gather your thoughts and to gather yourself essentially.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Do you have a health and wellness motto or a core value that you live by?
A health and wellness motto. Let me know if this is a motto, but I always go by listen to your body. I promise you now,
Yes,
your body carries so much wisdom. You take care of your body and it takes care of you. Listen to your body. When it comes to food, I think we live in a time where we have so much access to all this different information, and it can sometimes be a bit confusing, intimidating. but I promise you, your body knows best. Your body knows best. Yeah.
Absolutely. Second last question. I wanted to ask you about your music and art and healing and how you've connected all of them.
Yeah, ooh. So I've been running an event at Goodman Gallery for the past 3 years this year called Yoga Art Coffee. Now, the reason why I started this, and also, with Yoga Art Coffee, with the event, music is also such a big thing within the event. I
Yes,
carefully choose the music that I play. Art is such a special healing tool. And I think it's the most, I don't know, I think it's an unexpected one, right? Because you go to a gallery just to bond with your friends and you'll find something that just triggers something within you that you never even knew was there. I think people's art can sometimes help articulate an emotion or thoughts that we've been having and have been struggling to share. So I think it's just being able to see yourself through another person's art can really do something to you. And I think that's why so many of us have, that one song when it comes on, we're like, oh, there it is, because it's pulling something out of you that you can't even articulate. So I think it's a special healing tool. It's wonderful to have art, music, even going to watch stage productions. It's so wonderful to have these things to just lean on. Sometimes it's so hard to, like I said, articulate yourself, and also just knowing that someone else is going through this. I think a lot of the time we see ourselves in art, and that's such a healing experience.
the connection.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
actually it's so true. They've done. I was reading about some psychologically based testings and that kind of thing. They're doing research now, and they feel that one of the least used methods for healing is actually creativity. So this
Mm,
makes so much sense. One of the missing pillars of a healing strategy, and
yeah.
they're busy doing research on all of this. It makes perfect sense what you're saying. It's such a form of connection, and it's prehistoric. I mean, we've been connected to art since the beginning.
Absolutely. I completely
It's
agree with that. Yeah.
beautiful. Okay, so your last question, I wanted to ask you about Here Now. Tell us about it.
That's my firstborn, my only baby. I love Here and Now. I've been nurturing and growing Here and Now over many, many years now. And I think it's changed form quite a few times over the years. Actually, how I started Here and Now. So the company I ran before Here and Now that's now turned into Here and Now was called Body Posse, right? I started this as a 17-year-old girl many years ago,
Oh, wow.
just trying to spread positivity, body positivity, and teaching people. Well, yeah, I think it was more around teaching people, my peers rather, teaching my peers how to take better care of themselves through movement, through food. And now somehow over the years, obviously as I've been adding on different skills, it's now turned into Here and Now, which I think the core values are still the same. It's still about teaching people how to take better care of themselves, teaching people how to, well, actually guiding people back to themselves as well. So that's what Here and Now is about. Under Here and Now, I've now added more wellness practices. So we've got yoga, we've got breath work, we've got meditation, we've got sound meditation. What am I missing out? And now we've added in Pilates as well. Because like I said, I believe that there's so many ways you can move your body, and I don't think you should be restricted
Absolutely.
to what, is being force fed to us. No, yoga is the only way. It works for me. I love yoga, and I think anyone can do it. But I know that it's not everyone that likes doing yoga. So I completely respect that, and that's why I'm trying to add on these different other ways of moving the body, of just connecting with self. So yeah, you can find my classes in Rosebank. So we've got Yoga Art Coffee at Goodman Gallery every first and third Saturday of the month. It's a wonderful, wonderful gathering, wonderful community that's been built there. And then you can find my daily classes in Rosebank. Yeah, so Monday through to Friday, I'm there. We've got Ashtanga, we've got Vinyasa, we've got prenatal classes, and even if you're not pregnant, come join that class. It's just a gentle class. It's a feminine class. So come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
And
sounds
that was for you,
incredible.
Kat. You should come. You should come visit me.
I should. I should
Yeah.
actually. I do go up there to visit family quite frequently, so that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
I'll make a plan the next time I'm there. So
Love that.
you're so right about finding your modality, because I found that the older I get, also, it depends how I'm feeling on the day. Sometimes I'm not going to feel like doing Pilates, and I'd rather prefer to do yoga, or I'd prefer to do strength training or something like that.
Yep.
So you're so right that you have like a toolkit at your
Yeah.
disposal, depending on how
Yeah.
you're feeling or where you are. Perfect.
Absolutely. It's just about meeting yourself exactly where you are. I don't use working out, whether it's Pilates, yoga, whatever it is. I don't use that to change my body, but rather to support my body. So find something that genuinely feels supportive to the body. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing worse than waking up and knowing that you've got the gym and your body's like screaming no. I know
Yes.
there are times that you need to give it a bit of a push, but honestly, especially for women, there are days or a week where you really feel like, I promise you, if I see a weight, I might pass out. Like I can't. So, like I said, just listening to where you are. Yeah, cycle tracking is so important when it comes to that. Find what works for you on those different weeks and depending on where you are.
I'm a huge advocate for that, because I find that I mean, I push myself all the time. I'm just one of those people, but you elevating your cortisol by forcing a situation where you actually need to be coming down. You can still do movement, but the form of movement is going to be different. So,
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. I
Perfect.
agree with that.
I wanted to ask you, are there any upcoming events or workshops or collabs that we can look forward to in the next 2 to 3 months?
Yeah, there's a lot coming. I think just to make sure that you don't miss it, follow me on both my personal and business Instagrams. Yeah, I post a lot about what I'm doing. Yeah, when it comes to collabs, I think I post them as they come, but just know that we've got daily classes that, yeah, are open to all.
Okay, perfect. So give us your contact details, and where can someone find all this information? And if
Yeah.
you can give us your Instagram.
Yeah, so my personal Instagram is Thando.Grace. My business Instagram is HereNow.ZA. And then you can also email me on info@HereNowWellness.co.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So that needs to be done. We will do that. And thank you so much for joining us today. It's been absolutely amazing chatting with you.
Yeah, thank you for picking my brain and making me go so deep into myself. I feel great. Yeah, thanks so much.